And then another one is 香港, Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is a very very small place. Just a little bit is connected with mainland China, and then there is Hong Kong Island. So Hong Kong consists of an island and a little bit connected with mainland. So because they are close to a province, the Guangdong province, which is Cantonese people. So Hong Kong also speak Cantonese. Malaysian Chinese, some of the Malaysian Chinese, we also speak Cantonese. So the story of Hong Kong, during the Qing Empire. Qing Empire is very early, much more earlier than the nationalists. So it's until 1920. So before that, like Hong Kong became a colony of British Empire. Okay, after the first Opium War is 1942. So the colony expanded to the Kowloon Peninsula in 1980 after the Second World War, and then it was further extended when Britain obtained a 99-year lease of the new territories in 1898. So like the British had Hong Kong for over 100 years, and then Hong Kong was returned to China, okay, in 1997. So Hong Kong also is the place which used in traditional Chinese character. Okay, another special one is Macau. Macau is 澳门, in Chinese 澳门. So Macau is another story. Well, Macau was formerly a colony of the Portuguese Empire after the Ming Dynasty, Ming China. Ming Dynasty is a dynasty before Qing Dynasty. Qing Dynasty is just now like loose in the Opium War. So this is much more earlier, Ming Dynasty. During the Ming Dynasty, 1557. Okay, so like the Portuguese maybe rented this place. Macau is also a very small place. Is this island. Okay, Portugal paid an annual rent and administer the territory under Chinese sovereignty until 1987. So 1987 there is another antecedent, Sino-Portuguese Treaty of Peking. Peking is Beijing now. So like this island was ruled by the Portuguese, okay, until 1999. Macau already returned to China. Okay, Macau also speak Cantonese. It's just beside Hong Kong. They also use the traditional Chinese. So we in Chinese world, we have the mainland, 大陆. Okay, and then instead of 大陆, we have different part of Chinese world which share a slightly different history with mainland China, like Taiwan, 香港, or 澳门. In Chinese world, we call these three places as 港澳台. 港澳台, 港 is 香港, 澳门, 台 is Taiwan. So 港澳台 is a different story. Okay, just give you some info. Malaysian Chinese, we learn simplified Chinese in primary school, but we can read both. We can read both simplified and traditional because we can read books in the bookstore because they imported the books from mainland China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. We also watch the movie, listen the music to for this street area. But mostly before that, like I think like before the 90s, or even before 2000, Malaysian Chinese more like culturally we are more influenced by Taiwan and Hong Kong, and then until recently we have internet, we have like Astro, so we will have more influence from these all three areas together. Okay, we can write simplify, but if we want to write traditional, we might have a little bit of difficulty. But unless we purposely train ourselves to pick up traditional, so Malaysian Chinese generally we are like an outsider, you can say. So we got to know all these several area of Chinese world. And also Malaysia and Singapore, whenever they have maybe they publish a new book or new movie, like all the artists or writer from mainland China, Taiwan or Hong Kong, they will also come to Malaysia and Singapore. So Malaysia and Singapore is quite an important place for the Chinese world outside China. Okay, and then next place, one of the province in China is Xizang, Tibet. And then the Mount Everest in Chinese, I think it's translated from the Tibetan language, is 珠穆朗玛峰. Feng is the peak, so 珠穆朗玛, Mount Everest. And then two famous river in China. The first one, this one is the Yellow River, Huanghe. And then another one is Changjiang. Changjiang is Yangtze-jiang. And then there is a saying, because this Changjiang, this long river, Jiang actually is an idea bigger than He. Jiang is bigger than He. Okay, so but in English or in Malay, we just call it river Sungai. So Changjiang, this one, it divides China into north and south. So any province above Changjiang is considered northern China. Southern China is any province below the Changjiang. So Malaysian Chinese, our ancestor came from this place near Taiwan, near Hong Kong. And this is a Hainan. So we also have Hainan people. So we were from here. Our ancestor from here. So we are considered Southern Chinese because it's below the Changjiang. And then the last one, this idea of Zhonghua in your book is China. Actually, anything Chinese, anything related to Chinese is Zhonghua. Okay, that's all for lesson 31, text 1, the new words. Okay, that's all for today. 祝大家学习愉快。